Hi, my name is Jing. Welcome to my channel. I created space for me to document my experience as a startup founder. I will share my struggles, regrets, learnings along my own journey of building a startup. If you want to follow a startup founder's life, please hit subscribe. Let's dive into today's topic. Today I would like to just share my thoughts about anxieties of competition from big players like OpenAI. Let's be real. A lot of startup founders, myself included, have love and hate relationship with big companies like OpenAI or Google. On the one hand, they build amazing APIs that allow us to build applications. On the other hand, they do destroy startups. For example, this week, OpenAI released the new text-to-image generation capability in GPT-4o. The result is impressive, but at the same time, it put many startups into a hard spot. Let's be real. Those big model companies are going to do applications. If you look at the OpenAI as a company, the majority of the revenue comes from its subscription from consumers. So they have a lot of incentives to build applications to make consumers feel they have to subscribe and get enough value from their subscription. So what we should do as a startup founders? How do we prevent the cases where we wake up and OpenAI start to do our own businesses? I think for us, we have to leverage the fact that they are big and we are small and lean. If you think about the perspective of the big company CEO like Sam Altman, they are targeting their companies to have the valuation of 300 billion, so they're going to make the company very, very horizontal. So they will solve like hundreds of problems and trying to solve all those problems very well. That gives the reasons for their users to keep subscribing their services. At the same time, that comes with a problem for them side because they don't have the energy or intentions to understand a particular problem very well. And as a startup founder, the way we operate is very different. We're starting from a problem we're so extremely excited about, and we understand very deeply about the spaces, and we build a solution that can solve that problem extremely very well. And if we can do that, we don't have to worry about the competition from the Google or OpenAI. The caveat, of course, is that you have to build something that is deep enough that actually deliver and values to your users. So take a text-to-image generation as an example. So text-to-image generation, so that is more like a feature or is one step of the whole solutions to a problem. But what is the problem? Why people are generating images? Are they generate image because they want to create some storybook? Are they create images because they want to generate some photos books for what scenarios for their beloved people? Like, you need to understand what exactly happened here and then solve the end-to-end problem. For example, if you are talking about people who are creating storybook, like there's a lot of problem before and after they generate images, which you can do. And in fact, if you think in that way, then you can operate above on those big companies like OpenAI. When they have the new model capability, you can leverage that capability to build your solution and make it better instead of worrying they're competing on you. So at the end of the day, what really matters is whether you can go deep enough into a space that's extremely excited about. And a lot of big companies are actually building that way. Like oftentimes is that you start to solve a small problem, but you solve it very, very well. And later that it turns out that problem is very, very big and it can handle much more cases and then you become a big company. So that is the unique strength as a startup founder, as like to stay very lean and understand very deeper about problem spaces. That is my thought. What is your thought about this? Would love to hear about that. Please leave your comment below. See you.